Grace and peace be with you. Hi, my name is Mark. I'm the pastor at Sycamore Creek in Potterville. I have a brief thought for you today. Again, it's from Proverbs. I'm in Proverbs chapter 23, verses 9 through 14. And verse 12 of chapter 23 of Proverbs says, "Apply your heart to instruction, in your ears to words of knowledge." Apply your heart to instruction, in your ears to words of knowledge. And that important verse leads us to verse 13 and 14 that deal with the discipline of children. I did some research on verses 13 and 14 because I think that often when Proverbs writes about disciplining children, those verses are misunderstood and that they've often been misused by Christians. A reminder that the goal of discipline is and should be heart training. That's really what discipline of children is all about, is training their hearts. It's about setting clear boundaries and expectations that help the children to grow and to be trained in righteousness. And so verse 13 and 14 are really about accountability. They're about parents who hold their children accountable for their choices and their actions. Now, the word that in verses 13 and 14 is translated as rod, it's often used for what shepherds would use to control their sheep or to ward off attackers. Now, one of the things you would never find is shepherds would not hit or beat their sheep. That wasn't a thing a shepherd would do. And so what I would suggest is that as we read verses 13 and 14, that we put in accountability each time we see the word rod. Therefore, we could read this as, "Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you create a culture of accountability, your child will not die." Create accountability and save your child from death. That might be a better reading of these two verses of Proverbs. Provide accountability for children. Lovingly train. Develop children who we care about their hearts and about them loving God and loving others. Let's go and do that with our kids and our grandkids and the kids who are around us. Let's help train them, discipline them in righteousness. God's grace and peace be with you.